Dear Diary, my name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. So, I actually did a video yesterday, but when I'll do the video, I won't edit it, but I'll upload it and then I'll just listen to it in the background and just kind of see what I go over and whatnot. And there was a lot of rants and tangents in there. And after I was like, well, I'm throwing a little too much shade on people, so I should probably edit this. So then when I tried to edit the video, it froze twice, and I just said, all right, maybe it's meant to be that I don't post this video and I just keep a kosher mentality. Because I threw a lot of people under the bus in my last video. And it's funny because I do these videos and I'm thinking to myself, you know, the only reason I'm doing them is to show people that mental health, you have to get rid of everything. So in the last 2 weeks, I haven't made a video, which is really, really good because if I would have made a video in the last 2 weeks, it tells you that I probably had a lot of things going on in my life, etc., etc. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've cleaned up my life so well that now I don't have a lot of triggers anymore. But I did open up two paths or two dark soul of the night, dark shadows of the night, whatever that word. You know what? I should probably learn that considering I'm the one going through the spiritual awakening. Two dark souls of the night, I think it is. So essentially, I opened up two doors. You just kind of follow them in your mind and see where it goes. It'll take you somewhere. It might show you stuff in the past, and it's interesting because I remember, you know, here's an interesting thing. And so I opened up one of these doors, and I wanted to see where it goes, and it led me about when I don't know, five-ish, somewhere around that age. I don't know the exact age. And I can remember the things that I saw and the people who were doing things. I can remember the layout of the room. I can remember the TV, the shag carpet. And I can remember what this guy was doing. And he was hurting one of my friends. Let's just put it that way. And when I confronted him, he said, "Oh, it's okay. She touched me first," type thing. And I was just thinking, you know, at that age, when you grow up and your whole mentality is probably thinking like, hey, every adult is not going to do you wrong. They're going to treat you good. They're going to show you how life is supposed to do. I think you probably learn a lot of things when you're younger. That you probably just things just come. They'll come inside your head, and you don't know whether it's right or wrong. So, anyways, I remember this guy, and he abused my friend. It was pretty sad, to be honest with you, because in my life, I've grown up going, huh, like I never really opened that door until like last week. And then I opened it, and there was a few more doors that opened up past it. I was going, oh, that's interesting. So I decided to look at myself and I go, okay, everyone has triggers and whatnot, and it comes from the past. That's almost what I'm guaranteeing. So I opened up these two doors and I said, okay, I looked at my own thoughts, I looked at their thoughts, understood the situation. And you know the worst part about this guy was he was dating one of my mom's friends. And not only did he hurt my friend when I was younger, he also ended up hurting my mom's friend's kids. And I'm just thinking to myself, so this guy probably came from a very toxic upbringing, probably had something happen to him when he was younger, and that's how the cycle of events goes. Because if it happened to him, instead of him going to counseling or therapy and understand that it probably wasn't his fault, he was just probably an unlucky person hanging out with some unlucky characters, etc., etc. But the saddest part about it is instead of getting help and realizing that you have a problem, you mask the problem or you pass on to the next generations. And I think that was the most interesting fact that when I opened that door, I realized what kind of a dirtbag he was. And I understand why I have triggers in my head about certain things now. And I was just thinking to myself, like even when I go out, I can tell you right now, it's Saturday. I'm going out tonight. I look fresh, shaved, clean, showered up. I'm going to wash my clothes shortly here, eat some good food. I already went to the gym. So I'm ready, like I want to make sure this is going to be a good day. Do a video here, get my TikTok video going, do up one mock assessment, and just enjoy the rest of the night. Like I'm trying to make sure that everything I do sets me up for a better future or a better tomorrow. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you watch like what's going on in the world right now, it's 2024, and whether you believe it or not in the spiritual world, the last like I think it was 3.5, 4 years was a very dark path for everyone worldwide. And now that 2024 comes up, the common saying is everything hidden in the dark is coming to the light. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this is, and this might be just me being crazy, whatever, but I can tell you, if I'm chosen or anointed from God, that means He's giving me extra light. He knows that I'm not going to give up on a spiritual awakening, and that's funny because I haven't really given up on anything in my life, and I go to the very end till I'm either fired, beat down, just doesn't happen. I just don't know how to quit. There's a lot of things that I probably should have quit on, but life lessons. That's the journey. You learn the lessons. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been watching a lot of things come on like the news and Hollywood, Pedowood, Holly Weird. Like when they're starting to talk about like all the things that are going on, I'm just going to throw this out there. Like P Diddy, he's a diddler of diddling everyone. Like dude's savage. Like this is an interesting like he's going to throw down a lot. I saw the list of like all the people that have been to his parties. And I'm going to tell you, if it's the United States of America that's going after Diddy, they're not just going after Diddy. They know that Diddy has stuff on everyone else, which means once you open up that rabbit hole, I'm going to tell you that rabbit hole is going to get so big. And when you look at the list of names that are tied to Diddy, it's funny because Jay Z, he's a snake. And don't get me wrong, I love Jay Z. But I want you guys to think this through. Jay Z, when he was younger, had a paper route. That was his drug route that he called it. And him and his friend ended up going to London. And then his whole entire crew, who was part of his drug route, or sorry, paper route, ends up getting busted, and he doesn't. Okay, so no jail time. Interesting. So now, apparently, from what I've seen, Jay Z set up Diddy through either a cam or body cam or something like that, set him up. But here's the thing: is Diddy's got enough proof of whoever's been at his parties, etc., etc. And once that list came up, Jay Z left town. They can't find him. He's not even answering his phones or anything. If you don't think that Jay Z is the biggest snake in the world, you guys are not paying attention because, like I said, love the guy, but that guy's got his hands have to be so dirty that he's copping deals with the feds left, right, and center. How, if you're making $2 million, I don't know what it was like a year or a month or whatever it was when he was younger selling crack, crack cocaine, and then his whole entire crew gets busted, but yet that's when he's in London. How does that? That doesn't make sense. He snitched. Dude's a snitch. Dude is a snake and a snitch. Whether he's part of the Illuminati or not, wow, like dude's getting away with murder. he probably has gone away with murder, and that's probably the saddest part. But like if this is the year where everything's coming out, this is where the new powers come up. This is where I believe in the world. It's a light versus a dark. Because the only reason, like, why would I have been having my spiritual awakening to happen right around this time during the light and dark stages? That doesn't make sense. But whatever. If I'm part of the light crew and it's light versus dark, well, you know what? My twin flame's the devil, so she's part of the dark crew, and everything that happens in the dark is coming through the light. Speaking of my twin flame, I wonder. Today is September 28th. I haven't seen her in 2.5 years. She played games. She's a little narcissist. She's fake. Sleeps around with no protection. She's just a really disgusting person. And you're gonna go, but you love her. I'm like, you know, I think I just must have been at the lowest point of my life that I was willing to accept somebody so gross, so trashy, and I must have had like color shaded glasses on or whatever the hell that sentence is, color shaded lenses, red color. I don't know what drink. Anyways, you know what? Whatever I must have had on. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, she wants to act like a bad bitch and she could take over and blah blah. This isn't even your city. You came to my city. I'm even going to tell you right now. In my city, I don't fuck around with anyone. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's like 3 families in the entire city that run my city. Whether they're legit or not, they know everyone else. So if you have all the money in the city, here's the deal. You either play their game or you try to play your own game. And I'm going to tell you, if you're playing their game, good luck. Because they don't let a lot of people in. You know what? It's funny because the one guy, I'm pretty sure he's mafia. He might not be, but mm, yeah, I don't know. I just got a lot of weird intuition feelings about this one guy, and he owns a lot of things. He's checked up on me, and it's interesting because I can watch him when he gets drunk, and he could be doing anything in the world, but his eyes will always be on me. And it's interesting because I know he plays in the dark game, guaranteed. He runs a lot of businesses, but he's got a lot of dark game to the side of it. And I'm just thinking, like everyone's all worried about me. I wouldn't be worried about me. I'm just this guy in Lethbridge trying to get ahead in life, pay off my debt, eat healthy, work out, build up this company, keep my friends and family safe, and yeah, just try to enjoy life. That's what it is. But it's interesting because I'm trying to figure out, like my life is so hard right now that I just wish people would come up and ask me, go, "Hey, Dustin, how's life treating you?" And you know what? That would just be the biggest shocker to me because I'm at the lowest I've ever been. Like spiritual awakenings broke me down. I picked up a cold the last few days, so that broke me down. Went to the gym, so I break myself down there. My company, it just seems that every time I'm trying to get this going, nobody really wants to get a life coach and work on themselves and be better. You have to be at a very low point in your life before I think you'll come to me. And that's fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, like, even if you weren't at the lowest point of your life and you came to me and we worked it on just fixing 1 or 2 things, it would still make you a better person. You would understand where I'm trying to come from. This course, it's a very holistic course. And when I went through my spiritual awakening, I went through hell. I've done this all sober. Nobody understands this. The reason I have to do this is because I have to become one of the lightest crystalline bodies to move forward. In the spiritual world, the brighter your light is, which means that you've looked at your past. You don't drink. You don't have any sins and addictions. I don't sleep around anymore. Like there was a that video like yesterday. There was about 10 minutes where I was so angry and I was throwing down f bombs. I'm saying, "Fuck this world, fuck this life." And I gotta be honest with you, like I didn't think I was that low yesterday because just went and worked out, ate healthy, doing my thing. It's just it seems in my world that in the last 4 years I could have been out of debt 10 times, 10 times, and then it just seems that something either happens to me, whether it's through friends or family, and it's just like 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, which sucks because it's like I can't get ahead in this world doing things this way. And that's the really tough part because I've watched enough videos that I know if you're chosen, spiritual one, etc., that God's going to test you. He wants you in the spiritual awakening and be broken down to nothing so he can bring you back up and give you an actual true kingdom of who you are, what you're supposed to be, etc. But then I think to myself, all right, I need a job. I've applied for so many jobs. Then I'm starting to get denials again. I'm thinking, this is crazy. Like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for next month's rent. My credit cards and everything else is just getting so high. I think I'm at $28,000 of debt. And I'm thinking to myself, this is absolutely nuts. Like, I could have worked last winter. Somebody gave my job to another person. I could have worked this summer. My job was given to another person. And it's like every time I apply for jobs, they look at my resume and go, "Oh, you're overqualified," or "Oh, why are you trying to apply for this job when it's not something you'll be?" Well, because I need to work. I like to eat. I do eat. Like that's my thing. I do like food, but it's been very very rough. And I'm thinking to myself, how does a psychic, a medium, and a few other people know my ending? Because I'm going to tell you right now, and this is probably like a really dark, low way of saying it, but if I didn't know my ending, I probably would have killed myself. And let's be honest. I've never been so low in my entire life that I just go, is this the point of life? Because I'm going to tell you something. I would never want to come back for this fucking bullshit ever again. Like, this is not life. Okay, great. I'm blessed that I have a roof over my head. I got food in my fridge. Heck, I got food on the stove. I got tea in front of me. I got Diet Pepsi on the other side. I have no money in my pocket. I can make videos that nobody watches. But you know what? I do have 5 friends that apparently do watch these videos, which is probably my mom. Thank you, mom. Apparently one of my friends from England watches some of them, which is cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. My friend from Calgary, we call him the doctor. He watches some of these videos. And other than that, that's it. I only get like 3 to 5 views per video, and I got like 95 videos. But that's the thing is, I wasn't using YouTube to like get big or anything. I just wanted to promote my company as well as promoting good mental health. I've gone through a lot of mental health problems in my entire life. They made fun of my entire life. I had no friends. I got picked on. I got beat up. Like even the friends that have come in my life eventually leave. Some of my best friends are dead because of pills, drugs, probably carfentanil, to be honest with you. Fentanyl or carfentanil, one of the two. And like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I look at myself and I'm going, this is a tough world. Whether you believe it or not, like this world, if you're not prepared, it's going to break you down. It's going to kick you down. It's going to eat you alive. It's a dog eat dog world. And I get it. I really do get it. But the game is, and this is what I'm trying to do, is that if you take my course, I'm essentially planting little seeds of spiritual awakening in everyone. And you're going to go, okay, well, if we watched your videos and you went through your spiritual awakening and you're broken down and you almost wanted to kill yourself, but the only reason you're not is because your ending is Australia, a beautiful wife, a family, a legacy, and you start hanging out with the elite. Well, in this hood rat right here, I'm an educated hood rat who has clean hands now, even though they're a little bit dirty. I get it, there's a few things that I still have to repent for my sins and everything else. But I never meant to hurt anyone, so I never did any of that stuff. That wasn't ever my intentions. But I always did things to get myself ahead faster, self ego, stuff like that. I never did things for to help people out or just the better health of everyone else. And that's why I'm thinking like this is going to be a tough company for me, and that's what the spiritual awakening is going to be tough for me as well because I'm a car salesman by trade. I'm shady as fuck. Let's just get real. Car salesmen are shady as fuck. But the thing is even when I was in the car industry, and I still try and maintain a really good reputation because I know that sales is sales, and I don't want to be known as the guy who screws somebody over. I'd rather be the guy that takes a good a fair cut. You know what? Like in the car industry, if I made $1,000 off of a car, I think that's pretty fair. I'm not asking for you to give me $5,000 off a car. I just want to make $1,000 off of a car. That's pretty fair. If you're really low, like if you had family and whatnot, then $500 off a car, and I'll still give you great service. If you phoned me up and said, "Hey, do you think there's any time next week that I could get oil changed?" You know what? Let me go check. Tell me what times work for you, and I'll call you back and I'll get you set up. Like I had no problem. But if you haggle me down to nothing, don't expect anything. Okay, like there's got to be an equal give and take, and that's one thing I learned, and that's cool. So I never ever had a shaft you mentality in the car dealership, but it's a very shady business, and I learned the tricks and the trades. So it is what it is. Like I had one general manager one time who used to say, "Come through that door, you turn your personality into whatever I want your personality to be." The saddest part is it's right because if they're the ones whose company it is, or the ones who's paying your bills or paying your paycheck, act like them. Be a sheep, or what is it? Be a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? That's the saying. So be a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I've had to do that lots. I've had to swallow my pride, change who I am, stuff like that. Even just growing up, my mom used to tell me, "Oh, you should go to construction. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that." No, I've learned. I'm 39 years old. I do not want to do construction ever again. I don't want to break my body down unless it's at the gym. Even with this company right now, I've got it in my head going, okay, how is it going to work that when I start getting clients? So I've been doing these mock trials myself. So far, I have how to quit smoking. It's a really nice one. Sorry, I'm getting the hiccups. Sorry. How to quit smoking, how to quit drinking, um, how to eliminate gambling. I was going to do how to quit vaping today. And then like even some of the other things, like if you were to go like, oh well, I got anger management issues. You know what? So do I. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's probably the hardest one for me to work on, is that I have to listen to everyone's side and then not get so butthurt if it offends me and what my opinions are. And it's interesting I'm saying it this way because I actually just made a comment about somebody else today on the other end where he came up to me, I don't know, yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Actually, he's the one who made me get into the little rant once I started going off. So he comes up to me, and I had a full on cold yesterday. Like it was bad. I took a day off from the gym, and that's really sucks because I don't take days off. I go 7 days a week, 365. But I've learned in the last 4 years of doing this that when I'm getting a cold, if I go and sweat it out, I can get one day in. Next day, if I do it when I'm like right in that cold zone, like where it's starting to like it, I can get that workout on. But then I might be out for 4 days where it's like no working out, and then my whole ego and mentality goes, all right, well, I've done 12 hours. Normally, I would have done 12 hours in those 4 days. Now I got to start making up those 12 hours just to make up those 4 days that I missed. And I do 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day. Sorry about this. Like I said, I got a cold. It's coming right at the end. So, anyways, you ever been on an elliptical for 4 or 5 hours? It's hard, especially at level 17. You're burning 6,500 calories. Yeah, that's like 2 pounds almost just burning off before you even like see anything. So it's tough. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to take not yesterday. I'm going to take 2 days off ago. So today's Saturday, Friday. So I took Thursday off. Stayed home. And in my head, it was just killing me. My ego. I'm going, man. Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to be over 3,000 calories today. You know, like maybe I should go to the gym. And then I said, nope, just stick at home. I think I drank they're 1.6 liters of tea. I'm just looking at it right now. So it's 3.2, 6.4. So 6.4 liters of tea. I had Buckley's. I'm gonna tell you that stuff tastes awful, but it works. It actually really it just it's the weird minty aftertaste of it. You know, like I don't know. Maybe they should add like chocolate mint ice cream flavor so that it's like tastes good when it goes down. I don't know. It's one of those like you eat it and you're like you'll find out what kind of face it makes. You'll have the worst faces ever. Anyways, you know what the funniest part is? If you guys can hear the phone ring in the back, you guys should count how many rings it'll be. It'll be like 13, 18 rings. It's absolutely crazy. And it's funny because my grandma's not home, so I know she won't answer the well, obviously if she's not home, she won't answer the phone. But they keep it going. See, this is this 6 rings right now. 6 rings. By the time I'm done this rant, like I said, it might be 18 rings, 7 rings. We can keep going on this. But 8 rings. Oh, they hung up. There we go. 8 rings. 8 rings. Isn't like the norm like 5 or 6? Like after 5, hey, don't. And they'll probably call back in 2 minutes because they'll go, oh, she was probably in the bathroom. I'm just thinking, holy shit. You know what the worst part is I have a cell phone and I used to be a car salesman, right? And people would phone me up at like 10 o'clock at night trying to make car deals. I'm going, all right, like, you know what? Like, I get paid on commission. So I'm not stupid. If me helping out for a half an hour at 10 o'clock at night makes me $1,000, I'm not stupid. I'm going to tell you, it got so bad that now with my cell phone, I literally watch it when people phone me. I look at it and I go, nope. And the weirdest part is I'm trying to open up a company where I even offer third party perspectives for a half an hour where I'll actually listen to you. I'll give you my side of what I think. And if it's just because you need to digress your pains and whatever else, hey, guess what? I'm a spiritual healer. So I actually take your pains. I have no problem doing that. Like, this is the interesting part is where people don't believe me about spiritual healing, or maybe they just don't know anything about it. I have to learn a lot about it. It's all about the energy. And for me, I not only with my own life, I have to digress my own energy. I have to digress that I live in a my grandma's basement. I got no money to my name. Eat healthy. Might have to claim bankruptcy. I hope not. Knock on wood. Like I got so much of my own pain. I still have to get rid of that twin flame. She's not coming out. She's scared as shit. I'm gonna tell you. You play games and you think you're this bad bitch, blah blah blah. You're just a narcissist. You're a low life. You have drug problem, alcohol problem, sex problem. You're probably just a problem in life. You could be a nice girl. You could be, but you're not. You're so fake and gross and toxic. And once again, everyone's going to go, but you love this girl? And go, I don't even know how. Like, anyone who would have ever signed up for an actual twin flame relationship, what are you thinking? Like, I'm going to tell you, it must have been like my soul contract. Me and God, he goes, all right. Oh, because you know what? I come in this earth again, so I got to get used to these highs and lows. That's fine. That's fine. That's life. Apparently, I'm supposed to shed the light for this life and then shed the light the next life and the next life and the next life, and that's okay. So you know what? I guess whatever I don't accomplish this life, I get another go next life to figure out if I want to accomplish it next life. And it's weird because there's a guy at the gym. This lady, and I don't know if it's her husband and somebody else, but we're talking and she goes, "Yeah, there's something totally different about you." And I go, "What do you mean by that?" She goes, "Well, you just shine a lot brighter." She goes, "I follow God." She goes, "There's just something different about you." And I go, "Huh, I think I'm anointed." She goes, "Okay. Yeah, I can see that." She goes, like, what do you believe? Like, what are your things? I was like, honestly, you gotta believe in, like, God, Jesus, your soul, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors. Gotta believe in energy. But she was saying that I think it was her husband got like a life regression or something done, and apparently he's not coming back. Apparently, like his soul said, nope, one and done. And even the person goes like, yeah, you weren't here on like in a previous life, and you're not going to be here in another life. Apparently, like, and I said, really? I'm like, how's that work? I'm like, because I'm here for like 25 lives, and she goes, huh? And I go, what? And I even asked him. I said, are like, so you don't want to come back? He goes, no. He goes, I had one round on this world, and I'm good. I had my fill. I'm just thinking, is that ever interesting? Because I don't even think your life has probably gone as shitty as my life. And apparently, I like to just get my ass beat down, handed to me, so that I can do it all over again. I love being a fucking nobody. I love being a low life that has nothing except for education behind his name. I got no criminal records and no addictions. Best cardio. I got probably the best cardio out of every amateur in the world. The world. The world. Like, I'm not even throwing that out. Like, if you can do 40 to 45 kilometers at my pace, at my level, 3 hours a day, every day, you're in a different ball game. Like, it's crazy how different of a ball game you are in. But anyways, yeah, she goes, yeah, I can see it. And then I was telling her one of my other friends, she goes, I've really missed you. And this is the friend from England, and she goes, I always knew there was something different about you. You just had something different about your soul compared to everyone else. And then I told her, I was like, I'm like anointed, right? Like I was chosen from God, blah blah blah. And she goes, doesn't even surprise me. She goes, I watch people flock to you all the time. And that was back in Australia. That would have been 9, 10 years ago. I'm getting antsy. I'm getting really, really antsy because I'm going to tell you right now, as a Sagittarius, I like traveling. I like seeing cultures, people, seeing different things, seeing the world. When I'm stuck in Lethbridge, like, if I have to claim bankruptcy, that's probably what gets me out of this fucking shithole country. Because I'm going to tell you right now, we brought in, I don't know, 2.5 million foreigners. They don't speak English. And if they do, it's very choppy English. And so they bring over their like religions and their cultures, and then they fight with all the other people that they were fighting with in their own home country. And I'm just thinking, wow. So here's the interesting part is all the jobs that are, even if they're minimum wage, $15 an hour jobs, they're all taken by the foreigners. So every job is taken now because Canada did not have a population growth that we have to bring enough foreigners in to build up this country because it's such a big country with such a low population. Okay. So now we're going to stress out our education system, our healthcare system, our housing system. We're going to stress out the Canadian system just to fund the next generation's pensions. That's really what I think it is because Canada as a whole, we spend more money than what we bring in. So we're always going to be in debt. But if we open up the floodgates to foreigners, and a lot of the foreigners are claiming asylum status once they get here. So now we're letting them in our country. I don't know what they get. They get a lot of money. So it was interesting. I was talking to this one guy at the gym, and he goes, I own a few businesses, and he goes, if my truck costs $10 more to wash it, he goes, I'm going to charge you, the little guy. He goes, your product now is $10 more. He goes, I don't care what the hell's going on in Canada and the inflation. He goes, I'm going to get the little guy. And that's the Canada's mentality as well. If you have a corporation or if you're a business owner, even the small business owners, got their asses handed to them during COVID. And then they get all these like COVID um, subsidies and whatnot that they had to pay back. But then I'm thinking like, you know what, like this system's so can't really explain it. But I'm going to tell you right now, this world is one of the most set up dictatorship worlds you could ever imagine. Because I'm going to tell you something. The education system is absolute shit. My sister right now, she's upgrading because she wants to go back to university. So she took a different path than me. She went down the drug path, had kids early, blah 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 blah. Okay, so she did a totally different path than me. And now she's wanting to go back to university because her kids are almost out of her house so that she can have time for university and focus on a career for the end of her life type thing. And she's doing grade 11 math. Like she has to upgrade her math. And she sends me like stuff on like her questions that she has to practice and whatnot. And I've looked at something and I'm going, oh, I remember all that stuff. And I go, wow. I go, here's the worst part. I said, all this stuff, you'll take one class in college or university, which is your stats class, that you'll use this. And other than that, you'll never see it ever again. And she goes, barely get through this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just thinking, well, if this is grade 11 math, I'm going to tell you something. Once you get into like college and university, you better be willing to buckle down. It's not easy to get a degree. It's really not. And I even told her, I said, this is what your next 5 years should be. I said, you should go to the gym and do 1 hour cardio. Do not do weights. Second, make sure your diet is clean as can be. Third, go to work so that you can pay off your bills. And four, go to school and study. Nothing else matters. Nothing. If you can't do that, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to make it through. But it's where the hell was I going with that tangent? Drink on that. Drink, drink, drink. I don't even know where I was going with that. I don't know. But the one guy, I remember that where I was going. I had a 10-minute rant with about it yesterday on the video. So he comes up to me and these guys, they act like they follow the Bible, but they're not religious, they're spiritual, etc., etc. And he comes up to me, and this is the interesting thing. I don't ever come up to people and just talk to them. You essentially have come to me first and started a conversation. I'm not that person who goes, "Hey, I like how you work out. Do you want to be friends?" Not me. It's not me. I don't even care. I'm on an elliptical for 3 hours. Do you know how hard it is to keep your mind straight for 3 hours? It's gone to the point for me that now I close my eyes and I'll do the entire elliptical for an hour, listening to 15 songs. And the interesting part is they only play two stations, either the rock station or the like the dance station, R&B or hip hop, whatever. So I know all the songs that are playing, and I could go in my head and I can go, oh, and I can play the video to the song while I'm working out with my eyes closed. And you're like, all right, that was one song. You know what? Keep going. And you always want to open your eyes, always. And you keep pushing yourself. All right, that was two songs. Keep going. All right, that was seven songs. All right, that was 14 songs. Come on. After 14 songs, you open up your eyes and it's like 57, 58 minutes, and you're like, whew. And you're like, that was a quick hour. But then it gets you to the point that I can zone in for that hour. But then if I have people beside me talking or whatnot, it throws me off. And so the guy comes up. I just finished like 1 hour or something. I was taking a video to post my time on TikTok. And he goes, "Oh, what are you doing? Posting a selfie of your workout?" And I'm like, "No, I'm trying to do a video for my company that shows that I'm actually here because I am a fitness influencer. And I want to show the people that to get a six pack, it's not just 6 weeks to get a six pack. This was 3 years at 3 hours a day with the cleanest diet, no alcohol, no sugar, no fast food, and I still don't have a six pack. I have this little ball of chub. Chub. You know what? I had my plateau today. So now, if a stomach's like this, now it's starting to come in. Okay? So now it just looks like a ball of cottage cheese where my belly button is, and then you can see ab lines, and you can see the outline of the outside of the abs. You can see my obliques. You can see my fish gills. You can see all of that. But 1 pound, maybe less than 1 pound. But I also have 18 pounds of fat left on my body, and I'm going to tell you, I'm doing it the right way because I look at all these people in the gym, and that guy who came up to me yesterday, and I was like, dude, I have a cold. I'm not in a good mood. What do you want? And he storms off, huffs and puffs and everything. And I'm just thinking, you came up to me. I didn't come up to you, and then you give me grief and everything. Go away. But it's funny because he goes, "Oh, how do you know you're chosen?" And I go, I don't know. I wake up one day and go, "All right, God, I guess you want me to change my ways. Let's go." Who does that? Who just wakes up and goes, "All right, God"? I didn't even really believe. I believed there was a God, but I didn't ever go, "All right, God." That's the thing is once you know, like you're just like, what does people do? If I would have lived in the Middle East, I'd be like, all right, Quran. Like I don't even know. Is there a God in the Quran? I don't even know. I know of God and Jesus. That's it. That's all I know. So I go, all right, God. And I go, but if we're doing this, God, and I'm giving up everything, and I'm walking the path you want me to walk, I need this on the other end so that at least I know I'm doing something to get me somewhere. And I know he's testing me. Everything that they've done, like I said, I'm bottom. I'm rock bottom right now. I'm in the lowest part of my life I've ever been. Almost bankrupt. Like I'm just trying to build this company up, trying to get rid of my sins, my addictions, my habits, my everything that was wrong with me. I'm trying to be the best version I can be, so that if I do have a future family that psychic and medium have seen, at least they're going to grow up. And I'm changing generational curses. They're not going to grow up in a party house. They're not going to see fucking low lifes take advantage of my friends. That's the difference. What I'm doing right now is for everything in my future. I don't want my kids to ever see what I saw. You know what? Even my future soulmate, if it's who it is, I'll throw her name because she doesn't even watch these videos. Blonde girl named Taylor. There's 14 of them in this city. Go find her. I'm going to tell you right now, she's got her addictions and problems. She's got to get rid of that as well. Because I'm going to tell you something. She's so beautiful, that she makes me. She. I could be a 1, but beside her, I probably look like a 9. Okay? That's how beautiful she is. So, but she has to get rid of her shit. She has to get rid of her toxic friends, toxic behaviors, stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you, if she does it, she's going to come into a legacy. She's going to come into a fully built business. That if she does it right, I'm her cheat code, and she's my cheat code to being happy in life. That's pretty nice because I know that together we're ride or die. She's actually sent from God. My twin flame sent from the devil. See how messed up that is? Because my twin flame, a little playgirl, just wants to sleep around and do drugs. Okay? I didn't have sex with her. And you're going to go, hold up. You're in love with someone, but you didn't have sex with her? Yeah. Didn't even kiss her. Nothing. Because you know what? I was told, make her your best friend. Because I'm not looking just to hit it, quit it. Because you know what the funniest part is? I would hit it, quit it with my twin flame. She thinks she can't get pregnant. She probably would have got pregnant from me because she is technically a soulmate. I do know that I have a kid coming once that starts happening. But now I also know that because I passed that test, that's the first spiritual test, is God says, I'm going to either give you the twin flame, and you can go down that route, or you believe in me that there's something better coming. So I'm giving up everything, which is family, shit Canada, shit twin flame, for a soulmate, Australia, legacy, eliteness. Let's go. This company's going to take me a little bit longer. I know that. I'm seeing this right now. I'm seeing how hard this is. I'm going to do a nice little trial after this. Like I said, probably how to quit vaping, something like that. I got food upstairs that's going to be ready 20 seconds from now. Honestly, I'm just trying to be the best person. Ugh. Drink. Best version, best person I can be. That's all I know. Anyways, like I said, this guy yesterday, yeah, he just stormed off and everything. And they talk about all these things in the Bible, and they go, oh, well, the psychic and everything, that's from the devil. And I'm thinking to yourselves, think about what kind of fucking stupid sentence that is. Because if God created the world and God created humans, do you not think that He created every human, whether He knew they were going to be good or bad? He knew that, right? Right. So now you're going to go, oh, well, and I said, well, where did you hear this from? Oh, well, we read it in the Bible. Oh, really? Well, I've never read the Bible. I haven't, but I watch a lot of motivational videos, a lot of Christian videos, a lot of stuff like that. It gives me stories that are probably in the Bible. And there was one, John or Joseph or whoever, I'm not too sure. Not too sure, okay? Not too sure. Where he was told his path in life and what he was going to be given. And then he went and told his brothers. His brothers got jealous, ended up selling him to slavery, ended up doing this, and this. So if it was John or Joseph or whoever, instead of getting in 5 years, got in 25 years. I don't know the exact number, whatever. But he was told that by somebody who had psychic or medium abilities. And these psychics and mediums, I get it. Why would you want to tell people that you can see things like this? People must think you're fucking crazy because I probably think you're fucking crazy. People think I'm fucking crazy. I'm just going through a spiritual awakening. I'm not even as crazy as these people. The fact that they can see my ending tells me that life is already set up. Who you're going to meet, who you're going to marry, where you're going to work, everything in your head is already set up. So now, if you can change your mind to the thought of going, all right, I can't control anything, but if I can control what I can control and understand that everything else has to happen, and then you understand the emotions and everything, that's the game. You have to get rid of everything that night. Don't go to alcohol, don't go to drugs, nothing. Just nothing. Just get rid of it. But anyways, that guy, it's just interesting because all these guys in the gym, I do 3 hours a day. Half these guys in the gym don't even work out, or if they do, they're just, little big muscles, whatever. They're all on steroids. They're all fake. Sorry. And here's the thing. Well, I'm clean now, but I was on clenbuterol, so technically, I'm not natural anymore. I am now, but you know what? Even when I was on clenbuterol, I wasn't taking the needle. I wasn't taking the eyedropper. I was taking a pill form, and just taking that pill form and whatnot, it heated me up. Okay, like it made me sweat like a little bit more. So when you saw some of those big puddles underneath the TikTok videos, it's probably because I was on clenbuterol. Half these guys are on Tren and D-ball and testosterone. Like they're on just major stuff, and they all have six packs. They all look good. You can't come and do what I do, and then they all come and talk to me. And they go, "Oh, how come you don't lift weights?" And I look at them and I go, "I have no desire to look like you guys. I'd rather go look like Brad Pitt, Bruce Lee, Cristiano Ronaldo. I'd rather look like those boys who are chiseled, lean. You know that their diet's good because you can't get that chiseled and lean. Even if you have the best body in the world, you still better be eating good. You still better be doing something to maintain that body because God doesn't give you a full on like everything. And if He does, then what you're missing? Do you have no brains? Because then he must have given you everything there, but He's taking it from something else that you don't have. I don't know. Anyways, today's Saturday. Y'all, this is a better video than yesterday. I went on about an hour and 10 minutes. There was about 10 minutes of rants where even when I went over, I was like, oh shit, I threw a lot of people under the bus there. And I should probably not doing that. But you know what? How is everyone doing? When you watch this video, how are you doing? I hope your mental health is good. If it's not, maybe you should check out divinityvirtue.com. I've gone through hell completely. I'm at my very bottom, and I still wake up every day, and I know that if I work on my business, I work on my health, I work on my fitness, and I work on trying to be the best version I could be, at the end it has to pay off, right? So anyways, I'm going to go out tonight. We're going to take on the world. If that twin flame wants to come out, I'm going to throw her under this. Her name's Kaylee. Low Life Kaylee. I really hope you start watching my videos, because I know I have to have one conversation with you. And when that conversation happens, I pretty much know what you can say and cannot say. And I've probably gone over a million different things in my head of what I'm going to say to you. I'm just going to do it so culturally that God says, you know what? You earned your stripes. Let's go. Because I'm going to tell you, the next round in the spiritual level, new levels, new devils. Let's go. That means my new devils. I'm already seeing the corporate devils start taking me on. I'm going to tell you, they play a mean game. They're not kosher whatsoever. Like Cable's International Bank, shady as fuck. Can take $800 from me for an application and tell me, oh, we don't have to tell you why we're not accepting your application, but we're still going to take your money. What? You shady fucking pieces of shit. Guess what? This is going to be on my video, and once I take off in like 2 or 3 years, and this video has 100,000 people watching it, you guys are going to realize that you guys messed with the wrong fucking person. Because guess what? I'm anointed, I'm chosen, and I don't give up. So now you have a horrible problem because I follow God, and I gotta believe that everything I'm doing is to be the best version I can be. And if I screw up and mess up, I'm gonna have to repent for my sins. Okay? I've done it. I screwed up 2 or 3 times this year. So you know what? I repent of my sins and I repent them every day. I'm gonna tell you guys something. You're not talking to me anymore. Like, my light is so bright. My soul is so bright. When you talk to me and you look me in the eyes, you're probably talking to spirits or God or somebody. You're not talking to me. And the reason why people come and talk to me when I say I'm a spiritual healer, it's because I can take your energy. Whether it's good or bad, if it's good, it brings me up. I can get high off of your guys' energy. But if it's bad, I can digress it and I can turn that bad energy into something positive for me. See how that works? That's what a spiritual healer is. So all I'm doing is I'm just making sure that your soul has a place to relieve whatever's going through your emotions. Anyways, my food is probably way ass burnt. So take your losses before you become the boss. Try to be 1% better each and every day. Try to help those. Drink. Try to help others to be the best versions they can be. Everything happens on divine timing. My name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. Go check out Coach Drink. Go check out divinityvirtue.com. Go check out my LinkedIn. Go check out my Facebook. And if you want to see that I actually do 3 hours and I'm not preaching of how hard it is or not how hard it is, or I don't even know where that drink. Just in that last like 2 minutes, you guys probably have 5 drinks. Saturday. So I'm hoping that once you guys watch this video tonight, you guys are all drunk and come out and show me much love. That being said, God bless everyone. Thank you to my friend, the doctor in Calgary. You know, I hope you watch this video. And let's go. Saturday. Take on the world. Thank you. Once again, my name is Dustin Taylor. This is Divinity Virtue. God bless. Amen.